All right, so we're live now. Hello, everyone. This is David from Toledo Antique. Nice to see you.
And this is Alessandra from Toledo Antique.
We have a very special guest tonight. Do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Daniel?
My name is Daniel, and I am Tacky as me, and I am a newer reseller that's getting into the jive of all this and learning things along the way. And we have Tacky old time on my little Tacky channel.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Daniel. And Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'm Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage. I've been reselling full time for the past 4 years, and it's exciting. And I'm not sure what else to say. I feel like I'm in, was it an AA meeting or something?
You're on the spot. You're on the spot, Jeffrey.
Antiques Anonymous.
All right.
Yes.
Misty's up.
Antiques Anonymous.
How's it going, Misty?
Uh-oh. Are you there?
She's frozen.
Oh, good. Sorry, I glitched out there for a minute. I'm good. I'm Misty, Thrifter Junker, Vintage Hunter, and I am happy to be here.
All right. Well, thank you for joining, everyone. And I see Jen is here, and Tigers, and Carol, and Colleen. If you guys have any questions for us or want us to talk about anything in particular, go ahead and type it in. And if you can type it in capital letters, that will help us to see. But just a little background on me. I've been reselling for about 10 years, and I started as an eBay seller, if you guys don't know. And then Allie convinced me to go on Instagram and YouTube.
After he told me that that was a waste of my time.
Well, no. Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
I think we've all thought that from time to time.
I wasn't the biggest social media person before this.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I really don't like social media as much as I'm like on it all the time. It doesn't come natural, meaning like I don't think about it. I have to like, if I had like a to-do, I need to put to-do, post on Instagram. Because I don't. Now Misty, she's like a walking Instagram fiend, but.
I like the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started actually, I think we opened our YouTube channel before my Instagram, but I was met with a lot more success on Instagram initially. So I found it much easier to grow on Instagram. So maybe it's just because there's so many features and you can post pictures, and YouTube, it seemed like at first we thought we had to like pretty much post a video, edit it. Editing was taking us so long. And then
yeah.
Now we can go live, though. I really like the live.
Daniel, yeah, I was gonna say Daniel knows all about that.
I watched Daniel your last live. I like it. I really like it. The morning lives.
Thank you. I'm not particularly fond of morning, but I do it because that's the spot that's open.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of that's kind of the nice thing about Instagram, though, too. I mean, if you're having Instagram sales, you know, we've talked about the calendar and the schedule a lot, and you have to go for what's best for you and your business. I mean, you're working for yourself. You're not working for a calendar. The calendar, I view the calendar more as for like, because there is a calendar of when the sales are going, and Angela does a beautiful job at getting that all organized, and it's, I don't know how she does it. It would drive me crazy. But, you know, I see the calendar as being more for the buyers than for the sellers. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, you try not to go like you try your best not to go live when somebody else is live, but ultimately there's only so many hours of the day. There are only so many resellers in this community. And honestly, watch who they want to watch. They'll watch people on 3 or 4 different devices. They've been known to do that if they want to, but you know, you have to let the viewers decide who they're going to watch, and you can't. Daniel, you can't restrict yourself. Go all out there, Daniel.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there are, I mean, if I try to go live while you're live, Misty, it ain't happening. I mean, honestly, if you're going to go live, you need not to go in when somebody's having a big sale. I mean, I noticed that the other night. I did a live sale with some people, and we kind of got in on Patrick's sale. And until Patrick's sale was over, we didn't have much. And then after his sale, then they all came because Patrick said, "Hey, they're having a sale." So it's just you got to figure out when.
Well, actually, but, you know, I was gonna say Misty and I just had a sale. We went right up against each other. She was on Instagram, I was on YouTube. She didn't know this allegedly, but she agreed to do this Instagram sale, and then she found out she was at. Well,
I was confused at the time. I thought it was during.
But anyway, it was fine actually because we had the same buyer. We had one buyer in particular who bought a lot from both of us. So they were working overtime.
That's nice. That's super nice. Yeah. I also feel like it's like you have a front store, you know, Daniel. And so then I have my neighbor here that has another store. And we're open at the same time. And then people come shop with me, come shop with them. And it's just a different way to shop.
Yeah, but I mean,
I agree.
So the only time I have to worry about evenings is when I'm going to be on with somebody else, because I've got the mornings down, and I finally got myself to wake up during that time. So hey.
Well, and I think I think that's fine. You've gotten used to that. You know, I don't particularly like evening sales. For me, I like my sales during the day. That's just where I like, because I like to have my evenings free. So I think everybody just kind of figures out what works best for them. And it seems very weird because like Jeffrey's going to go, I mean, he's going to have his normal Friday sale, but I won't be having a live sale next Wednesday. And Jeffrey's going to go. Are you still going to do it, Jeffrey?
On Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll have another one.
We talked about it. Yeah. So he's going to go during the day, and he normally has his sales at night. So they're a little different when you're used to having them AM versus PM, PM versus AM.
And that's the other thing for an evening. I, as an admirer, want to watch the evening sales instead of being
Right, Daniel. Yeah. My Friday was a little thrown off this past week because I'm used to watching Jeffrey on Fridays. I was a little off my schedule.
One of my best sales I ever had, I was in the sale. There was only 8 people in there. And so I was like, oh, no, this isn't like going that great. But that stuff just started selling like crazy. And it ended up being probably one of the best live sales I've ever had. So it just depends who's there.
Misty's frozen.
And we sold. This is a discussion that we're having, Colleen, just so you know. But yeah, in that sale, I sold a Zuni necklace, which was really cool with inlaid stones. I was pretty happy about that.
Cool. So I think
that, you know. Oh, go ahead. I'm like on a little bit of a delay, so it's like I keep like freezing up.
I see that. So I think it's more about the quality of your audience than the quantity. You know?
But
absolutely.
It's great to have more people.
Yeah, of course. We love people, but doesn't mean that you have a great sale with 100. You can have a great sale with 10 people.
Mm-hmm. Nicole, I think Nicole was in that sale.
Yeah,
it was a good sale for me.
You know, evening sales are nice from like a selling standpoint because people are home and they're just like vegging out anyway. But like it's I've never really liked having my day lead up to like quote unquote work, but it's just one of the things that I decided early on. I'm like, okay, because spaces were filling up kind of fast. I say spaces are filling up fast, but like, you know, they're like, oh, so-and-so's at this time, so-and-so's at this time. And I'm like, but nobody's doing Friday night, and people get paid usually Thursday or Friday, and they just had a stressed out week and they want to watch something And so I chose Friday night, and it works out pretty well, but it wouldn't be my first choice because I don't like working at night. But Misty, you're frozen, I think, still. No, you're just looking like that. Okay.
And also with me,
well.
I have a job too. So trying to get around to get home of an evening and get things ready is a whole other story.
Yeah. Yeah, but I see Jeffrey's point. I think it's very smart the way that you thought that about Friday, you know, because it's really, when I used to work 9 to 5, the only thing that I was looking for is come home at Friday and turn on the TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Daniel, are you ever going to do a shopping video?
I'll never say never, but you know, I like my lives.
Oh, true. Maybe eventually.
The whole thing with me is
do a live shopping with me.
Even take the camera with me because I'm not used to doing that, or think I'm gonna do it and my camera phone is in my pocket the whole time, and then by the time I'm halfway through, I'm like, oh yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but then there's the whole thing, I'm not used to it, so I'd be embarrassed to talk, you know, around. I mean, I followed Jeffrey around and watched him do it. It was amazing to watch other people do it, but myself, and I keep using the excuse that I want to get a better camera that doesn't suck as bad as it
That
does.
is an excuse, though. You know it, right?
I know it.
Okay.
And I'm using it.
Yeah, bullshit.
I bought a. Oh, you're on your channel. You did it to yourself, Allie.
Oh, this is gonna be that interview. I can tell right now.
She's allowed to do that. I can't.
It's the way that I am, guys.
So you can just. I haven't done many live videos with the YouTube, but you could do like a shop with me once you get that live feature on your cell phone, right? That you could do a shop with me live, right?
I tried that, and it failed miserably because the reception kept crackling out, and then it would be really pixelated. And so I guess you have to ensure that you have a really strong cell phone signal first. I didn't do that. I was in a metal building too, which didn't help. But
yeah.
And like in my area,
that's what I was going to say. A lot of the antique places that we go to, it seems like they are in like pole barns or, you know, like an old, they're all metal. So your reception can be a little tricky when you go to those. And, you know, like I've been doing the shop my shelves, and I think that's a really fun thing to do because people can shop your inventory. So you can go live and you can pull things that people are wanting. And I think it's kind of fun.
Well, we run estate sales, and so what I've been doing a little bit is featuring some of the stuff at the estate sales. And what I'm trying to do is to get some raw footage before we have it all set up. You know, kind of one of the most fun thing is walking in there and finding this stuff that is just like kind of in somebody's house, and it's just like surprise. Like today we found a cat. I think it was, I'm not sure because I've never seen Catherine Holm before. I'm not like, I haven't seen her or anything, but it looks like the pattern. So unless it could be reproduction, but I think there's a Catherine Holm bowl that I found today.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
And that big swan vase in the living room.
Oh, yes. There's also a swung base there. And, you know, I know everybody loves those little birds of happiness. So there's two miniature ones. They're like very small. They're like baby birds.
The miniature ones are good.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought of that running an estate sale would be a fun idea until I did one.
It is definitely.
Misty, you are so lagging. You need to go to bed. So I don't know. I did an estate sale for my.
I know. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna see if I can come back in again.
Okay, that's a great idea. So I did an estate sale with my parents, and it was a lot though. There was a lot to price, and
come on.
Like We're like 3 heads.
I know. 4. Don't forget the 4th one.
I'm trying to like move myself as if that's going to make any difference.
I know.
Anyway, estate sales, they are kind of a lot of work, actually.
So you did
pricing everything.
You did yourself, Jeffrey?
In theory, yes. Like, so it was my grandma's house, and I already went through and pulled all the good stuff that I wanted to actually sell myself, and then whatever was left, I priced. But it was there wasn't a ton of stuff, but it was just like, I don't know. What really got me, I think, was like the dust and like how dirty some things were, and like you're creating categories in your mind and all of this, and it's just it's not something I want to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. We like it because, well, the thing we like about it is just the really sweet stuff we can find. You know, like,
okay. But can you like take those things and sell them? You have to like put them in the sale first, right?
We sell them on Instagram or YouTube if we think it's going to be better in that form. And then, but we also sell a lot of stuff in our sales. Like this last sale was the biggest one we've ever run. There was like 300 decoys. And decoys, I just didn't think they'd be that great on YouTube or Instagram. I mean, I know there's some people interested in them, but.
So are you technically doing like a buyout, or are you consigning these things?
No, we run the estate sales at people's houses, but we do supplement our estate sales with some of our other options for sales. Like if something's not going well at the local sale, I could put it on eBay, but I don't do that a lot because it's very time consuming. But then
that's a consigned item for the buyer, the seller.
Yeah, because even an estate sale, we just take a commission. So.
Right. It's just not as much like extra legwork as putting things on eBay and finding other selling avenues than just like, here, come buy it right now and then take it with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think at our last estate sale, we might have sold like, how many thousands of items?
Thousands of items, probably over 10,000.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this was like a massive house. It was a great estate sale. It was, like I said, it was the best one we ever ran. But
we run.
Well, let's see.
People
have questions. Fatbird Finds is asking, what is your favorite way to buy? What about you, Daniel? Favorite way to buy?
The only way I buy is going out to the thrift stores or the antique stores. I haven't tried any of the auctions or anything like that because I haven't tried any for a long time, but back in the day, like the 90s and stuff, when I did go to auctions, I never did very well as far as getting anything, that you could resell for a profit. I'll put it that way. And so I just haven't tried any. I keep seeing everybody getting stuff from auctions, but I haven't tried it. So mine's just the stores.
There she is.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I think one of my favorite places, I have a couple, but I do like shopping at estate sales because they're trying to move things quickly. They're not trying to find the final buyer a lot of times. Depends on the company or the family, but most of the time there's good profit margin, like really good profit margins. And at the same time, no matter who you are, you don't know everything. Like I don't know everything. So if I'm just pricing something, I might not know what's on trend. Maybe let's say I have an estate sale company. I might not know that. Okay, Pyrex. That's a dumb example, but let's say I don't know that people like Pyrex. I'll just put $3 on that. It's an old bowl, and that's a poor example. But there are other things. Get into the 70s stuff like the boho things, and like there's all these little pockets that if you're not well versed as a reseller, you might discount these things and not try to get more money out of them. So estate sales is one of my favorite places.
Yes, it's very easy to price something, or at an estate sale, it's very easy to get overwhelmed by the bulk of items. And so sometimes you just want to slam $1 on things, and it's like, just because you're seeing so much. And so it's very easy, I think, to get deals there. What about you, Misty? Where's your favorite place to source?
I like vendor malls.
It's not Goodwill?
No. No. I like vendor malls they're kind of for the same reasons as well as estate sales or estate auctions. A lot of times the vendor malls, I mean, they'll be very nicely curated ones sometimes, like where you're almost like you're in an antique booth. But then sometimes you will you'll come across booths that they just go to these auctions. They go to these estate auctions and they just buy in bulk and they buy and buy and buy. And then they have so much stuff. So you can get things, they're trying to clear out their booths a lot. So you can get things, they'll run clearance sales. So I really like vendor malls.
Yes. I buy at a variety of places, and sometimes I buy for different reasons. Like I was at one of my friends' stores the other day, and they had this Viking duck, and it was uranium glass. And so I was like, that'll make a really good reel. So I bought it. So I don't know if I'm going to make money off of it, but I might. But at least I made a reel out of it.
Do you know what's
like
so
a fishing
funny?
reel?
No, yeah. Instagram, Jeffrey.
Instagram reel.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Is that like a movie?
Yes, reels. You can make a video and you can put music behind it, or you can do special things to the video.
Okay.
And then Instagram pumps it through their reels feature, and it tends to get more reviews.
It's like TikTok, but Instagram.
There are a lot of studies that show, and I know this just because Emma is a marketing major, that your stories and Instagram typically get more views than your feed. So if you're posting in your stories, more people are watching your stories than they are your regular feed.
Okay, but like if you're like me, I'm just like tap, 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 trying to get through them as fast as I can. So like, how do they know?
That's why you got to make them good.
Well, yes. And I think like uranium glass, that's the biggest reel I ever made, which isn't that big, but it got like 7,000 views. I was happy with that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It's so funny because I bought a uranium glass goose too, and I bought it before I saw your reel, and I was like, oh, we're like on the same mind wavelength here because I bought one the other day too, and it's just so funny that I saw your reel.
That's so funny.
Well, you better make a matching reel. Yeah. Let's see what music you choose.
You probably Beastie Boys.
I see. Okay. Jen wonders, do you buy items with a minimum ROI in mind, or do you just buy what you love? Oh, return on investment. I see that.
Yeah, I was like, what is ROI? Okay.
I think I do both. I do both. But the minimum ROI, it depends on the item. I'm not going to buy something to double my money if it's $1, but I might buy something to double my money if it's $50. So kind of scale that. So I can't say like it's like X amount. Like I can't say I'm trying 10 times because it could be like 10 times if I buy something for $1 and sell it for 10, or I could 20 times it if I do $1.20. So I don't know. It's like a sliding scale.
How about you, Daniel?
I am learning. As I said, I'm new. I'm learning my audience for live sales.
Yeah.
So that takes into account what you can spend on something and what you can't. I mean, I'm learning that. I've learned that a couple times. So I'm learning as I'm going what I can. And as your audience grows and your people grow and they see what you got, you'll be able to do a bigger, can spend more for something and get your return. But right now, I have a somewhat idea of what I can spend. And then if I see something that I really like, but it's higher and I know I'm not going to keep it, I just pass it up and pass it on to Jeffrey.
That happened the other day. But Daniel, here's a question I want to say. Do you have a particular style yourself that you enjoy buying?
I like 1930s stuff.
Can you not like focus on that and make that what you sell? Because there's a market.
The thing is from what I'm seeing, my audience is not that. My audience tends to be like ephemera and kitschy kind of stuff and figurine, stuff like
Your
that.
name is
right
Tacky.
now. So. Yes, exactly. And it'll change too as people grow with me. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't stay static. You grow and you branch out.
Right.
Plus, whatever's hot at the time, you're going to gravitate toward.
Yeah. And I think Laura had typed in something. Sometimes you have to buy good things and make less profit because it brings your other items up. And I think that that's really a really good point too, because I think sometimes if you're doing sale previews I guess I'm just talking about live sales for a moment, or if you have a brick and mortar or an antique booth or, whatever avenue, you're going to buy some things because it looks good in your area. It looks good in your booth. It looks good in your store, in your Etsy. I mean, you're sometimes you buy higher caliber things and you're going to spend a little bit more money on them. And it's going to make you really nervous and you're going to lose sleep over it because you're like, oh, I can't believe I spent that much. But it will help your other things. It'll boost up your other things too, because people will see that one thing that you have in your sale. And then while they're in your sale, they may see other things that they may like too. So it can help bring people in. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's kind of like maybe a draw at an antique mall.
Yeah.
Some people put like a really high-end item in their booth at an antique mall to draw people to their booth, even though they might not even want to really sell that. And
Yep.
Have you guys ever bought a draw? Like, can you think of any draws that you bought? I can think of one that I bought. And I bought this Eastlake Secretary desk a long time ago, and I paid $500 for it. But I think I could make money off of it. But yeah, it was a pretty nice desk, But it might have gone down since then. Secretary desks, maybe not the hottest thing right now.
Well, I mean, although anything desk related, probably within the last couple of years or within the last year, probably would do somewhat a little bit better because a lot of people were working from home. And the secretary desk is something that can be like folded up and hidden kind of. So maybe, I don't know. Did you sell it?
No.
Oh.
I still have it. And Allie says she likes it. So
I like it.
Listen, I have one that's in my house that I'm wanting to sell. So they're beautiful.
They can go for a couple $1,000 sometimes, depending on the desk,
Yeah, mine is also a curio cabinet. It's a curio cabinet secretary.
Yes, good for displaying things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've paid up for some display pieces. I like old cabinets, so I have a barrister's bookcase that I really enjoy. Now that I got a great deal on at an auction of, oh gosh, do I even remember? Misty, do you happen to know? Was it like
the barrister?
Yeah, was it like 175?
I don't remember. The piece of furniture that you bought, which I don't think you were necessarily, I think you got a really good price on it, is the medical, is that aqua cabinet.
How much was that?
It was like $150, I thought.
Yeah. It was, it's not in this room, but it's awesome.
David, that $150 to us is paying up. $500, I would probably not sleep for a week.
Well, one time I think I told you this story before, Misty, but I bought this. I kind of like had this dream of having a KPM porcelain plaque, and I was like, I'm gonna make this dream a reality. So I bought this porcelain plaque, and I paid quite a bit for it. It was at like a big auction, like a national auction, and I didn't think I was going to make any money off of it. But because I bought that, I was able to identify another porcelain plaque down the road, and that plaque totally paid for the other one. So, yeah, I guess it was a good thing I bought that.
Yeah, you know what? The best kind of learning is hands-on, and sometimes you can just like buy something, pay up for it, experience it, sell it. Maybe you don't make a whole lot of money, but what tends to happen is when you have something in your hands and it's your property, it's your responsibility, and you enjoy it because you bought it, for one thing, you tend to research these a little bit deeper. You retain that information a lot longer and easier. So that's a huge tip, by the way. So
Yep.
It's the stuff that I buy and look up and try to figure out that I do the best, that I learn the most with.
And I think that if you keep referring back to those books, the price guides, you really, I mean, we can Google things and we can do a Google image search and we can research items that way. But just the other day I had pulled out, it's something that I sold today, a piece of opalescent glass. And I was thinking, oh gosh, this pattern, I don't know, it's going to take me 5 years. But, you just glance through. I have an opalescent price guide or an opalescent book, and you can glance through, and then you're like, as you're looking for that particular pattern, you're looking at other patterns and you're thinking, I've seen that one. I remember seeing that one. So I think just going back through when you're researching things and you're seeing other things, I think that really helps if you can remember it, which I have a hard time doing, but it does make those things kind of stick with you a little bit more using those books.
I like those catalogs. They're kind of like, I said it again, catalogs.
Yeah.
They're like looking through catalogs.
They are.
Because you're like, ooh, what do I want to buy?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're a great resource that I think people forget about. I mean, you can see them. You find them at Goodwill a lot of the times too. When you're in there, people are they're like, oh, I have the internet now. I don't need this book. But that's where you're going to get your best information. I don't know. I'm just old school, and I think that I want to see something and hold a book in my hands, and it helps me retain it, other than just looking at something on a computer screen.
And honestly, it's not everything that's in the internet. I know the internet has a lot, but it's not everything.
Mm-hmm.
There is missing information out there in books only. So make difference.
Allie found one time we had a purple slag glass plate. And Allie's looking through this slag glass book, and she's like, "Oh, there's the plate," So it's really cool to find items that you have in your store in the book, and it helps learn a little.
It is, and you find it a lot quicker than what you sometimes can find things for online when you're searching for it through. You're trying to add in all these adjectives to describe it, so hopefully something will pop up. But then you grab a book that you have on your shelf, and within 10 minutes, you find it.
That happened to me with a piece of Balik that I had, and I couldn't identify this Balik anywhere. It was very rare, but I went to the trouble of buying a book on Balik. The first book I bought was trash. I didn't like it. I told them that, and they actually, I think they gave me my money back. This was thriftbooks.com. I just said, well, you know why? It's because it was all in black and white. And it was just printed on paper. And I'm like, I can't even see the pictures. This is useless to me. It was like black and white, but everything was gray, not even contrast very well. So I couldn't see. And I'm like, I didn't buy this for the words. I bought it for the pictures. And so I found another Balik book, and I found it immediately. And now I know what it is. I forgot, but I could look again.
You have the book.
I have the book. Yes.
We might need to borrow that sometime.
It's a good one.
If we can check it out of the Real Nifty Vintage Library.
Wouldn't that be fun? I have a little vintage lending library.
Yeah, why not? So
those little houses, the library books.
Mm-hmm.
You see a little house. I had to turn down my air. I'm sitting here freezing to death. That's right.
Temperature's going up and down.
So this question that Jay wonders it's making: have you ever sold an item, then found out it was worth much more? So I have a thing to tell you guys that just happened with me this last state sale. So I had this baseball. It's called baseball. Those gloves. Yeah. So baseball gloves, right? So we priced it all same price. The guy come to me to pay, and he said, "Do you know this is worth $100?" And I look at him, okay. And you're just charging this, and do you want me to charge you more? Well, are you too happy that you're making some money?
And it's even funnier because a couple of state sales back, Allie put this price on a baseball mitt, and I remember some guy, "Oh, that is way too much money. That price is ridiculous," right? So then you price it at 20. And then people come in, "Oh, do you know how cheap this is?" It's a double-edged sword, But, it's very interesting. Some people at the estate sales, some of the most, I've just had these, like, you see a lot of people and you interact with a lot of people, and it's all like negotiating, and a lot of people come in and they're trying to negotiate because they want a deal and they're probably going to go resell. So some people that have like really rubbed me the wrong way, I end up being friends with later on. So that's one thing I think, if like you're interacting with a lot of people and somebody starts rubbing you the wrong way, take a deep breath, step back, and just be patient, because that person later on might be your best friend.
Yeah, like sort of like Jeffrey and I know. I hated him at first. No, I'm just kidding.
No way.
No.
Come on, no. Come on.
No, not at all. I've always adored him to little pieces.
I have been watching Jeffrey, I don't know, since the beginning.
Yeah.
Seriously, since the beginning, Jeffrey.
Ellie has been a big fan of the YouTubers. I
always loved him. Don't say
that. He's just so darn fun to watch.
Yeah. I was like in school still, right? Going to college, and then like a boring classes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Or Allie spotted Crazy Lamp Lady a long time ago, and also George the Antique Nomad. I remember she was showing me these people before I was into social media, you know.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun seeing what everybody buys too. And I think it's fun. That's why Shop With Me videos, I think, are a lot of fun, because like when you're shopping, say, and you're watching Jeffrey shop, and you're listening in on his conversation with himself as to, I mean, we all do that, because when we're filming Shop With Me, we're having this outward dialogue within ourselves. I mean, we're talking to the camera, but we're really kind of talking somewhat to ourselves in some way too. We're like, well, I think I could get this. Yeah, I think that I could do a little something with this. Yeah, I mean, so we're having that outward dialogue within our own brains. So it's just kind of fun to watch that process and find what other people are picking up and like what their thought process is behind it.
Yeah, and I tend to say anything I'm thinking, so it's kind of
so you
different.
Never know.
It's like, what?
Well, Nancy was asking, how long have you all been resellers and how did you start? I think we broached on that a little bit earlier, but I remember when I was starting reselling, I went to a garage sale in Maumee, Ohio. See, I have all these memories hunting for things and finding things, and I could walk through my antique store and be like, oh, I got that there, you know. But in this box of metal, it was probably like a little checkbook box. In this box of metal, I found a 1940s sterling silver ID bracelet, and it was black, and it was all tarnished. You know, it was sterling silver, but just totally tarnished, and it just kind of hooked me. I bought it for $1, and I was like, this is worth 30 or 40 bucks. So there was no turning back after that. What about you guys?
Oh.
Yep, it sucks you in real quick, doesn't it?
Daniel?
Oh, was that me? Sorry. He broke up. I couldn't hear him.
No, it's your turn.
All right. My turn. How I got started. Back in the 90s when everything were big, me and my sister had a little antique booth that we did just for fun, because that was the heyday of everything. I mean, everything was big and bold and going for things. It was the collectible era and all that stuff. And then we got out of it. And then along came our little shutdown that happened, and I discovered Jocelyn, and through Jocelyn, then it was Jeffrey, and then it was Misty, and
that's how it should be.
They got me through.
Misty last.
Last. She'll never be the last. Anyways,
that's so funny though.
Because I could go on down the line for Misty, but there's so many. It was actually Jeffrey, because I'm like, oh, well, there's a young whippersnapper from Illinois, and he's out there doing what he loves, and he's buying this stuff, and he's working for himself. And I'm like, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful not to have to work for anybody else. And so it just kind of started from there. And I went into the YouTube started that because I'm like, well, I don't know if anybody will watch this, but I'll start and I'll be happy with one person. And so from there, and then I knew from talking with Misty and watching everybody that you had to build an audience before you did live sales and all that stuff. So I did do eBay. I started with eBay, which I've kind of let sit there now because live sales are much more fun and easier than doing eBay. It's an instant gratification.
That's right.
So that's how I started. And I honestly just started doing my own live sales just here. It's only been like a month or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of having one viewer, my first live sale, I also had one viewer.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, when I first started doing the live sales, it was, gosh, when was it? I think it was it was 2 years ago when I first started doing them, about 2 years ago. And I would have like maybe 5 people watching. Everyone has to start, you have to start somewhere. And then it just gradually, as you do more and more and more of them, and you market yourself, you get yourself out there on your social media platforms and stuff, and then you'll gradually build up an audience.
Yeah.
I can see you, Karen.
You guys are ready. Oh, Misty froze.
Oh no.
There.
My bad.
My first it was funny, my first live sale on YouTube was Beanie Babies. It was an entire Beanie Baby sale.
Oh yes, it was.
Allie, tell them about the Beanie Baby.
Oh my goodness. I sold this weekend 898 Beanie Babies.
Oh my God. As a lot?
As a lot.
Yeah, somebody came in and bought them because their mom collects them.
Oh my gosh.
You got $898 for those.
How much did you get for your Beanie Babies, Jeffrey?
Well, because I'm always extra. $3 each. I think they were $3. Wasn't it? Was that right?
I think it was something like that. But yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. And I was like, for real? And you're like, I have all these Beanie Babies.
I love it. $3 is pretty good.
It was my first live sale, and I didn't know how it was going to go, and I wanted to keep it simple. And I was like, well, I think I even had like a shipping structure, like something like if you buy one, it's this. If you buy like this many, then it fits in this box. So I was trying to keep it very like simple, and it was very popular.
It was.
So, yeah, people were fighting over those Beanie Babies, and I did good.
I was in retail at the time the Beanie Babies was hot, and speaking of fighting, there was literal fights over Beanie Babies.
Well,
they would do like only send so many because they were like limited edition things, and they would only send 2 or 3. But then you would have all these ladies coming in that was wanting these things, and they would get a little angry.
Well, I remember when they were doing the McDonald's ones, and that was like during the heyday when they were real big, and they had like certain series, and you'd want to go to McDonald's so you could get a Happy Meal, so you could hopefully get whatever one that you needed for your collection. It's all a whole marketing thing. They're so smart when they do stuff like that.
Allie found a sign. Allie found a sign at that estate sale that says "Bankrupt by Beanies." So it was serious at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
It's like that, anything they call collectible. It's like that whole market where they're like, these are collectible. You better collect them. And I kind of want a Furby now. I'm thinking about Furbies.
You know what? If you can find a Furby, sell it, because they are, the vintage ones from the early 90s are worth a pretty penny. Oh. Because people are trying to buy back their childhood, and they're at that point where they can do that now.
I'm trying to.
What's your favorite type of item to find when you're out about? Like, what is like the best thing that you'd just be like, yes, my day is complete?
You know what? I think my favorite kind of item as a reseller is something I've never seen before, but I'm instantly just like latched onto, and I'm like, what is this? Where has this been? It's always the things that I'm not sure of, or I didn't know that existed. That's when it's really exciting for me. But otherwise, I don't know. I like art glass. I like interesting things, interesting art, lithographs, or ceramic things.
Tins. You like tins?
Tins, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I would say though the overarching theme with all of that is stuff that I haven't seen before because it gets my juices flowing.
Yeah.
Bad visual image of that, but
How about Daniel?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, sorry, I was
zoned out.
I spot you that you were not finished.
I was reading the chat. I have
like that teacher.
This is why I can't do a shop along, because I have a one-track mind and I can't focus on filming and trying to buy stuff at the same time.
You know,
it's like this and trying to read the chat. I got to do one or the other.
I was a teacher for a couple of decades, so I can spot when somebody's like, oh.
And everyone in the chat, if you can let us know what your favorite type of item to find is as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see. So don't forget to type that in. But Daniel, what is your unicorn item? Favorite item that you would just be able to say your day is complete and time for bed?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, the thing with me is I just go out to look. Like today, I've had a hard time finding anything for a couple weeks around here, but I went to the restore today and I got all excited because I found glass. I found a handkerchief base.
I love the restore.
I found one of those spaghetti glasses, you know, from the 50s that look like they have spaghetti around them. I found one. That tickled me. I didn't need a whole set. The one's for me. I mean, and then I found like a pink depression, and I know it's in one of my books. I have to look it up, but it was different looking, and so stuff like that thrills me when you finally find stuff that is actually neat, or you know, is stuff that I like and I know other people like. As far as the big, I don't know. I haven't been doing it long enough to find that one ultimate unicorn item yet. That's why I like watching Jocelyn, because she finds all this stuff that I would pass up thinking that's just junk, and it's worth $400 or $500. I'm like, wow.
And I think that's a great point too, Daniel, because we're watching other resellers' content and what they pick up, and it really helps us learn other things too. I mean, we've all learned from each other, I think, a lot of different things. I'm seeing a lot of these things and I'm like, wow, yeah. Guinea sacks.
I don't even know what that is. But I'm going to find out.
Vintage feed sacks. See, this is interesting to me because, we go out and we find these things that we're selling, regularly in our live sales and stuff too. And like, I may pass up a vintage feed sack. I probably have vintage feed sacks back here, but because that's not glass and it's not, something kitschy. So this is really neat to see what people.
I can't buy feed sacks because they go for a lot of money at our local auctions.
Well, that's true.
They're pretty popular, like in the rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Allie, what's your favorite item to find?
My favorite item, I think it's porcelain. I really enjoy porcelain, and I look for those on estate sales and antique malls and everywhere. So I'm always looking what says in the back.
Yes. What about Misty?
Yeah.
Kitschy things, anthropomorphic. I get so excited over anything with a face, anything with a really fun expression. I'm not a top shelf kind of gal, I guess you could say. Like, you got your top shelf tequila and your top shelf, bourbon and all that. And like, I like the weird. And
you just bought a corn cob lady.
Hey, did you send her yet? Can you show her to everybody?
Did you pay for her yet?
Yes, I paid for her.
I will get my.
He's not gonna show it unless I paid for it. But now I'm keeping Cornelia. Cornelia is she's gonna sit right here next to Liberace.
Hmm.
But yeah,
this is not something. This. I'm trying to. There you go.
Isn't she horrible?
This is not something I would normally buy, but I think I was thinking of Misty.
I think you were. I'm gonna make her a whole family. She's gonna have a whole village of corn people.
So it's her hair is the corn
husks.
Yeah.
Isn't she so horrible and hideous?
Now everybody's going to be out there looking for corn people everywhere trying to sell them.
I love them.
It's what I was thinking.
Wasn't there a movie about that?
Started the corn.
David is just sitting here David's sitting here so confused. Just not sure.
You know, it was only $2.
You made a profit?
You bought it for $12. See?
I'm pretty sure $2 doesn't pay for the corn, and that's good.
No, that was.
She's a lady.
You know what? It was probably made by some kid at summer camp. And Misty's like, I've got to have that.
Hey, Misty,
I saw it in your video, and I was like, she's gorgeous.
And you could take the bottom row off the corn, Misty, and grow your own corn people.
Okay. I see a corn cob person. I'm sending it to you.
I loved her. I do.
You know what so we were just talking about like what we want to find, and I always mention it. So I was trying to come up with a different answer, but I would love to find a Will George open wing flamingo out when I'm shopping, but I can't find freaking Will George anywhere. So he's only on eBay every like 5 months.
I know a person here in town, a dealer, that he has a collection. I think over 500 from flamingos.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Jeffrey and I were just talking about taking a trip to Ohio. Maybe we need to go up to Toledo, Jeffrey.
Come on.
You guys could come to our antique store and our estate sale.
Okay. Do you know that this flamingo that I want to get? I think one just sold for, was it like $800? They go for some pretty crazy prices. But
well, you never know.
Well, that's the thing. That's the type of thing you need to find because nobody's going to know that it goes for that.
That is true. Except whenever you go to an auction and you're like sitting there you're in person, you're sizing everybody up and you're like, who else knows what's going on here with this? Yeah, that's always stressful.
The worst thing is when you start talking to somebody at an auction and you're trying to be their friend and then they start bidding on that thing you wanted.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You just stare at the thing. You don't look at them, and you just keep going with it. That's what I do.
Elbows out. You got to get the elbows out. If you want it, I don't care if Jeffrey wants it. If I want it, it's on.
I still remember a set of blue. It was like porcelain dishes, like with a tea set, probably out of Germany with gold paint on it, that I lost because of that. Because I started talking to the guy next to me, and I felt bad. So. But yeah, speaking of porcelain, Allie was saying she really likes porcelain, and I guess that's probably one of our biggest sellers, which is very ironic because everybody seems to hate porcelain.
I love it. I really do. I don't like dinnerware sets. I like figural pieces mostly, but I guess it depends.
Like Haviland, Limoges, it's just phenomenal.
Okay.
I like it. Well, one time, one of our good friends who works at our estate sale, she's an antique dealer of 40 years. And I went in her store and found this set of Haviland for $75. And it was like, it's called the Haviland, I think, Schlegel. It's got gold around the edge, flowers. It's embossed. So that was pretty good.
Michael found a doll today.
Michael found a Marie Osmond doll.
Gotta watch that.
The dinnerware, I don't like to ship plates. So I tend to stay away from plates. They just make me nervous because I think that they're just so vulnerable. I don't know. I don't know. I just always makes me nervous to ship a plate.
Well, whenever I was starting out, like really early on, I would buy stuff like that and be more more apt to do it, especially if I got it at an auction, because who could pass up a stack of plates for $2?
Right.
And now I can really easily pass that, because I know that it's going to sit in a pile for a long time because I don't want to ship it.
Right.
So I've learned.
Yes, I get nervous about shipping fragile items. Fortunately,
I don't. I like it.
Allie's very good at it.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, I like it. I like the engineer involved and put something on the box.
She has the magic touch. She has the magic touch, I'm telling you. Like when Allie ships it, it doesn't break. When anybody else ships it, it breaks. And FedEx is not reimbursing very well.
No. Oh, you ship using FedEx?
FedEx. Well, Instagram and YouTube, everybody wants USPS. So that's what we do through Instagram and YouTube. But on eBay, FedEx I had so much breakage like a long time ago that I gave up on USPS for a while. And then, when they don't reimburse me for an insurance claim, then I kind of say, oh, well, I'm going to get them back. So I switched to a different company.
Yeah.
That happened to me recently too.
It did. Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, that was a whole rigmarole. I tell you what, so something broke. It was 2 things in the one package. And it was like, wait, what was it? Oh, actually, out of 2 things, one was very heavy and bulky and one was very thin. And you would normally think the thin thing would break. No, it was the big chunky thing. I don't know how that happened. But so one thing broke. I sent in a insurance request and they denied, or I don't remember what happened. I'll tell you this though. They demanded that the buyer take both things in and they keep both of the things, even though one of the things broke. And then they would give the insurance. She was like not having it. She was like, no, I want this dish because this is like, and I couldn't believe that they were wanting to do that. So they wanted to keep both things, even though one of them broke. Eventually they changed their tune and I got it all sorted, but there was a whole lot of pain. Has it ever happened to you? Like where they say, we want everything in the box and then we'll give you a refund?
No, they've threatened to send somebody out to evaluate things, but I think they're cracking down a little bit. And recently these Care Bear cups, I've talked about this before, but these Care Bear cups, they got lost in the shipping. So it wasn't even breakage. They delivered them to the wrong door. And it was like a neighbor's door. And so they were lost. We made a claim. And then the neighbor ended up bringing them back later to the person who ordered them. And they said, oh, it's great. Well, that was like the day before they brought them back, FedEx sent me a note and said, oh, we can't reimburse that item because we don't insure those items. And it was like Care Bear cups. Like they were like line 63 of policy, whatever, you should have known or something. I don't know.
What they specifically said we don't insure Care Bears.
Yeah, they said that kind of item is prohibited from being insured. So I was like wondering, like, are they not insuring glass now or what? They're getting crafty, I tell you.
Wow.
What?
I mean, I just put a whole bunch of our glass in a box today and I insured it for $650. So I better get all my money back if something happens.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, does it do you any good to pay the extra money to insure something if you have to jump through all these loops to get your money back?
Oh, well, guess what? FedEx also told me a different time that it's not actually insurance. And I said, well, why does it say insurance on eBay? Why does it say I'm buying insurance if it's not insurance?
Well, what is it then?
What are they calling it?
I'm not sure what it is.
A bonus to them in their pocket?
Something you pay for that.
A tip?
A tip?
A tip.
Yeah, the lady literally at FedEx, she said, it's not really insurance. And I was like, that's what it says. Insurance.
Does the money go to like all the people that handle it? So, and if they don't break it, then they maybe they get the money. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and Scott is here in the chat. Scott bought some things for me. He lives in Canada and they just never appeared. They were lost in the mail. And I filled out all of the proper paperwork. I, went online and did a missing mail or thing. You have to, here's the thing too with that. You have to describe the box. Okay. They want you to describe the box. And I'm like, Why is it white? Is it brown? Is it like, I'm like, well, sometimes I have shipped things in a white box. If I ship so many things a week. I can't possibly remember what color or the size exactly. Cause I said, oh, it was probably 12 by 8, just knowing what the size of it was. Well, can you tell us for sure what size of box it was? Yeah. Yeah, they still haven't arrived. And that was like several months ago. So I just refunded Scott the money. And I was just like, if they show up, let me know. And then I'll just reimburse you. But that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what's like also equally terrible is whenever they string you along. So you'll file a missing mail thing and weeks will go by.
Yeah.
And then maybe like 4 weeks go by. And so in one case I was just like, the buyer, they didn't have their stuff. And I'm still waiting on UPS to tell me like or USPS, what's going on. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give them their money back because I have faith that I'm going to get it back because it never arrived. No, like a week after I gave them their money back, it finally arrived. And then USPS was like, oh, now we're going to deny you because it shows that it was delivered. Like, how long can you string this out? Like, don't you have a window of how long it will take? Like, in theory, apparently they can just go on for months and months because eventually it might get delivered. Like,
right. Well, yeah. And like Scott said, when you go to try to check the tracking, it still says it's in transit. So it's just out there in the back of a mail carrier's truck, on the plane.
It did happen with me when I sent something to my mom in Brazil. Remember that box?
Yeah.
They kind of lost the box and they said, oh yeah, it's in transit. And that went a month, 2 months, and the box showed up back in my house. But if you check on USPS, says in transit.
Mm-hmm.
That's with me.
Yeah.
We just sold something to someone in Austria. So that's going to be fun. Where is that item, Allie?
I don't know. It's somewhere in this store.
It's like a painting of a parrot. It's pretty cool.
I was going to say, it's in transit.
It's in transit in our store.
Well, I mean, not that I ever would do this, but, you can kind of understand, not really, but, like the eBay online, they charge a handling fee. And so sometimes it does make you think, okay, well, I'm handling all this crap that I have to deal with USPS if something doesn't show up. But I don't know. So, it's just crazy.
Did you have any trouble, Daniel, since you started selling with anyone?
Not yet, but like I said, I've only just begun. So
are you learning?
There's many things to come.
Well, the thing of it is you'll learn from those things though, too. You know what I mean? So you're going to learn by experiencing them.
I get scared every time I put something in a package to send out anyways. It always, like, I'm getting braver about things. I bought a bittersweet vase, and it was a big one, heavy, thick, and I had been eyeing it for a while, but I kept passing it up just because I knew I didn't want to ship it. But I finally bit the bullet and did it, and I sold it, and it scared me to death until somebody in the comments said that they got it. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Because it scared me. It was heavy, it was thick, it was glass, all the things that scares me. But
I like getting those messages from customers. It's like, oh, it arrived safe and sound. And you're like, thank God.
Exactly. I love
the worst thing to get though is an email that says, I just received my item, ... And I'm like, what? And then you click on it and it's like, and everything was great. Thanks. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's actually what happened with that bittersweet thing. They had said that, and I'm like, oh my God. It's broke in 1,000 pieces. I know it. And they're like, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully Cornelia makes it through the mail.
Oh, I know.
Cornelia
it's
probably
so hot. She might come. She might be all. You open it up. It's just popcorn.
She had all her babies.
Like Cornelia, you have no kernels on you, girl.
What did Jeffrey do to you, Cornelia?
You're walking around naked. She's just googly eyes in a mouth at that point.
Keep away from the chicken. Keep away from the chickens.
Oh my god.
No chickens. Liberace will be good. He'll be kind. He'll be a good friend for her.
There you go.
Gosh. Look at her. You know what I really think we should do? We should have everyone get you a kernel of corn, and we're all gonna make our Cornelia friends. We can have a crafting night.
Let's do it.
Oh, you know what would be really fun? If you know how, like, what if we had an event where everybody tries to find, like, I don't know, the scariest item or the most hilarious item and see who wins?
That I kind of like that.
Like, I don't know what you would call that though. Is there a name for that?
You know, it would be
like for like Halloween, like a creep show or something.
Yes.
What I think would be neat if like we had viewers each send in like entries and like we compile, we like just pull like 10 of them out of a box, and we create or out of a bag, we create like a scavenger hunt list. So it's like a thrifting scavenger hunt list. So we everyone that's participating has to find these particular things. I think that would be kind of fun.
We're always looking for like a good item. But what if we made a competition to look for the worst item?
A challenge.
Wow.
Yeah, no clowns though. There cannot be a clown.
Turn it over on its head. Turn the whole thing over, you know? Like, I'm always obsessed with finding like a really good item or something I can make money off of. I don't know.
I think Misty would be good at that.
I heard about the clown.
Oh.
What clown?
Charlie.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Okay. Go ahead,
You
Daniel.
all want to see Charlie? Hold that thought.
Oh
my goodness.
I want to see.
Oh, Charlie. Is this
horrible.
the one from Instagram?
Yeah.
It's the doll from
Charlie.
God.
Oh no.
I picked Charlie. And look, he has the best thighs in town.
Oh my gosh.
Thunder thighs.
Charlie loves me. He tells me every night he does.
Gosh, he's just so horrible.
Daniel, get a room. That is
We
weird.
have one, a whole house, Jeffrey.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll just go over here.
She's leaving.
He's gone, Misty. I put him down.
And I'll just bring Santa.
Oh my gosh. Barb would be so jealous.
Okay.
You know, Barb, she loves her Santas.
That's nice, Santa.
Chris
He's a big Santa.
Charlie likes him. He's waving his finger ringer at him.
Gosh, I'm flickering. Why are you flickering?
It's the clown. The clown is making the lights flicker.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's like a strobe light. Can you see this?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's the effect of Charlie.
It's Charlie. Charlie's
You're hot.
spirit. Charlie's
Charlie's
spirit
large
is
and in charge, and he only wants the attention.
It's like poltergeist. He's gonna come through your light.
I don't know if do we have any ugly dolls around here?
Ugly dolls. We have a lot of ugly dolls, but
I thought all our dolls looked really good.
I have to admit, Charlie was one of those buys that may not have been a good decision.
I have to show you. Look, I'm trying to. Look, these guys. I'm gonna sell these on Tuesday.
oh, please show it. Now you are frozen, Misty.
Ah.
You move it.
Just temporarily. It's the Charlie effect.
It is Charlie. Gosh darn you!
Messing with Jeffrey's light and
All right.
Rose Misty.
Can you see those?
Yes.
All those dolls?
Uh-huh.
Very cute.
They're all going to be for sale on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
It's on your video.
Call Amy's Poppin' Rocks.
He's gone.
No,
My
I'm
light
here.
is my stupid light. You're just gonna go away.
What do we do now?
Sorry, I didn't know Charlie was going to cause such chaos.
I know. Bring Charlie on my channel and look what happens.
Charlie is messy.
Oh my gosh.
Way to go, Charlie. I might need to change my battery.
You're just a voice now.
It is me to run everything.
Well, I remember when you were on Misty's channel, there was a tornado watch or something, right?
Oh my God.
Tornado, yeah. I had to go hide in the closet. Who knew?
Pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a Christmas in July sale?
Christmas in July sale.
I'm not, I don't think.
I'm going to integrate Christmas into my sales, but I'm not going to do a dedicated sale.
Yeah.
I haven't bought enough stuff to have like a dedicated. I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff.
Also, come to Toledo, Jeffrey. I have a lot to sell.
We can send you truckloads direct.
Oh yeah.
I have quite a bit, but I'm just going to integrate it into my live sales.
Yeah, we have been found so much Christmas stuff, and nobody's buying here. So we are basically giving away. Because nobody's buying locally. Nobody's buying. I don't know.
Well, Christmas stuff that's like higher end is kind of difficult to find. You know, you could find run-of-the-mill Christmas stuff, but higher end, like there's ornaments. There was a guy who was making ornaments. I forget. Oh,
Christopher Radko. Yeah.
Yes. I'm always on the lookout for a Christopher Radko.
Yeah.
You
can't forget Jim Shore.
Yes, Jim.
I used to laugh at him more so because I was like, "Oh, that country stuff." But honestly, it's kind of good and collectible.
People like Jim Shore.
There was an auction recently. That stuff was going higher than on eBay.
Wow.
I just bought about 15 Royal Collection Christmas.
You know, I sell Hallmark ornaments about every other day on eBay. So they do sell year round.
Calypso Cat is here.
Hi. I will have to say though that, you know, I've been listing more things on eBay because I've hired help and it is really exciting. It's like the first thing I check when I wake up in the morning is I'll go to my eBay app and be like, do I have any offers to watchers? I don't know. There's just something kind of fun about that whole popping it up and seeing does anybody want any of this stuff? It's just kind of fun.
How is your help doing?
Good.
Isn't it just your daughter?
It's my daughter and her boyfriend, and he's in Nashville right now. So not a lot has been gotten listed, but Emma and I have a sponsored video that I'm working on that's stressing me out. So Emma's going to be working on editing that. So that's kind of what we're focusing on this week.
Yes, editing videos is very hard. I cannot do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if mine's still done at saving down. Oh yeah, it's finished.
Emma is very good at editing, but she's very particular, and I'll just throw stuff up.
Yes, we do. Actually, though, we just ran into this gentleman who we're very hopeful. He works for one of the cable systems around here, and he said he can edit videos for us for like in his free time.
That's having somebody else edit your videos though is kind of nerve-wracking for me because you never know what, like, I may say something that's completely ridiculous. I know it's shocking, but I don't necessarily want, like, I would edit that out, but maybe they wouldn't edit that out. You know what I mean?
Or if you if you say like the wrong
now Jeffrey's
thing, but like you would catch it. Why did I say Hazel Atlas? I'm an Anchor Hockey. Like they're not gonna know. And then you could like change it or cut it or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
Frozen again.
Yeah, I get the particularly of edit a video in such a specific field, right? We are not just talking about the news or the weather that everybody knows, but also takes a very heavy weight off shoulders when you have somebody with that, you know, because sometimes it really takes like 4 hours to do a video.
4 hours, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. No, it doesn't take. Why do I hear all this noise? Is that Misty?
It's me.
You're all like puckered up there.
I know. I'm trying to fix it.
Oh my gosh. She's having issues.
It's what's the name of the club?
What is it?
Editing does not take very long. So I would say a video that is about 20 minutes would take me 45 minutes to an hour.
Well, that's pretty
but not 4 hours.
We're just slow, I guess.
Yeah.
But
it takes me a lot.
It takes me about an hour.
For like 20 minutes. Yeah. But then it takes a while for it to save, which that's passive. I'm not doing that. It's saving. And then you got to upload it, of course, but you can do that in the background too. So I'm not sure why it takes you so long. I don't know. Because aren't you just watching what you record?
Very particular.
Well, are you talking about that whole where it goes around in a circle?
No, not the renderization, process, but it like if I'm recording a video, I might go back and forth. Oh, I don't like this here. I wanted this there, and go. David is pretty good when he's recording. He kind of do like a straightforward, and then the editing is super easy. When I am recording, I think I'm too picky.
Well, but if you think about it, your viewers just want to see your videos. They don't need to see perfection. I don't think they want to see perfection. They want to see you being you in your element, being real and not over edited.
Yeah, I mean, I did a 42-minute long video the other day. It was literally just me walking around showing things. And I think there was one cut that I did because I said, I said Anchor Hawking of Hazel Atlas. And I was like, that's stupid. And I just cut it. But I literally, the bulk of my editing was just me watching back what I did. And then I just saved it. So there wasn't any extra stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
yeah. That's why you need to watch a commercial if you watch
when I make a video, I just try to make it so there's an intro and then I make the video, and then Allie could just splice that real quick.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
But
Shop with Me videos take a lot longer to edit, but a haul video is like the Shop with Me videos. I try to edit and then I'll add on the haul video because I'm doing the hauls at the end, and the haul videos are pretty quick to edit.
Misty, I know you like doing this with your camera, but it's really bad. You use your film camera. It freezes all the time. It crashes your computer 12 times.
It's working right now, right?
Oh gosh, of course, but it's been screwing up the whole time.
Well,
who's been having all these problems?
The quality is better.
No one cares.
What kind of camera is it?
Jeffrey, tell them what kind of camera it is, because we never remember. It's a Sony Z.
Let me go get it. ZV-1. That's funny.
And let me tell you, I do not like filming. I use my phone. I have this expensive webcam, and I've been using my phone.
Yeah, I kind of prefer the phone. I like the phone. I like the quality. It's easy. It's light.
Yep.
I don't know. I like the phone. I think the phone is pretty good.
We have a new all-time high for Facebook viewers out there at 3.
Yeah.
Ooh,
3 people?
Isn't it exciting to get Facebook viewers, though? I get so excited. Like, oh, someone from Facebook's here.
One's from my mom.
Well, and then we know Camellia is on Facebook. So.
Well, I have a question for you guys. As you guys are doing this for longer, you guys feel the necessity to do the shop with me and then the haul video all the time?
I don't ever do haul videos if I can help it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They're kind of redundant in some ways because, and I mean, unless I'm gonna
look who's here. Look who's here.
Oh, Howie. A haul video, I mean, if I was going to add a whole lot of information about something, but if I'm just going to literally do what I did whenever I bought it and be like, oh, this is so cute. It's this copper little plate. And, but if I don't know, I I don't get the point of it if I can help it. But sometimes I will do a little bit of a haul if the video needs more length or I didn't capture that well enough in the moment. So, but Misty loves doing haul videos.
Because I sell from them.
True.
I will sell between 10 and 12 items every haul video. So I can sometimes sell almost half of the things that I'm showing. But I offer that window. I mean, I say in my video several times, if you're interested in something, you can email me directly and buy it directly from me. But I will also let people know there are certain things, and we talked about this before, that I will save for a live sale because it's that draw to get people into the live sales, to watch the live sales. And there are specific things that I only sell during a live sale. And I'm just honest with people. And I say, I'm saving it for a live sale. And that's just what I do. I like the haul videos because I like to talk about this. I like to talk about what I bought. And it gives you that better insight of why I bought what I bought. Because when you're shopping, you don't have a whole lot of time to really explain why. But I think everybody has different styles of doing things. And I think that, Jeffrey does what works for him and it's fine. And Daniel does, doing the lives, and that's what works best for him. He's working another job. So it's a big time commitment to edit these videos. So I think just doing what you feel best and what works for you is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to do one live sale on Instagram and YouTube a week, but we just were getting slammed. This week we had that 5-day estate sale, and then I was like, we just got to cancel the lives this week. We can't get to it.
It happens.
So that's why we're having the discussion.
Yeah.
Your picture quality is really good, Misty. I shouldn't have, yelled at you, but it is nice.
Being a brat, Jeff.
Yeah, it does look really good. You're like the clearest one of us all.
Yes, Misty is.
Until I freeze in about 5 minutes now, because now that you've said something, it's gonna go bad again.
I'll be like,
no, yeah. It's good quality. It's pretty good.
It's a very expensive webcam because that's pretty much what I'm using it for.
You don't film with your good camera anymore?
You know what? I don't, because I get so many comments that people don't like. I'm making them sick when I use my camera. And I honestly think, or when I'm editing, I'm like, you're an idiot, Misty. You're talking about this thing and you're not even showing it. It's up here and your camera's down here. I think it's the what is that called? The screen. I'm so used to my big phone having the whole screen when I'm filming, and that little bitty square. It's a visual perception thing for me, and I just can't. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I like filming with the camera over the phone because I can change the battery out all the time, and I could change the card out. Like, it's more modular, and then I'd have my phone back, and then I could look on my phone if I need to, because what was happening is my phone was dying because I was out filming, and then I couldn't look anything up if I needed to because my phone was dead. And so
I take both. I take both, and I use both, but I prefer my phone.
So you do look up things on the spot?
All the time.
All the time.
I used to more, but I'm trying to think when the last time what I did the other day because I was very curious. It was something I was just like,
Yeah, I do when I am very curious, but just go for the feeling.
Yeah, you're talking about pricing and stuff? Yeah, I mean, one of the big sellers in the Toledo area, she kind of set us up with this estate sale thing because she started getting overflows, and I was the type to look every single thing up, and then she was like just go with your gut,
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot to that.
Yeah, especially when you can find any type of item. Literally today at our estate sale, we're in this garage, Craftsman toolbox, open in the drawers, and there's 3 sets of made in the USA Craftsman wrenches, and this is big wrenches. I'm talking, some of these wrenches are over a foot long. So I was like, okay, let me look that up. They're worth $300 a piece. per set.
See, there it goes, Jeffrey. You said
I know.
it.
Well, I guess I would look something up though if like I have an idea that it could be good, but I'm like, yeah, but do I want to pay $20 or $30? Or like, is it going to sell for $50 or is it going to sell for $100?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why, and I have Worth Point. I enjoy Worth and I pay for it, but I like being able to look up like the last few years. It's much better than just the last couple months on eBay.
And Misty's on.
Well, you can still hear me. You just can't see me.
Yes.
What is Charlie up to right now?
He hates me.
Daniel.
Show him the love. You should have showed him the love, Misty.
Well,
is Nancy Smith
responsible for Charlie and what he does? Just to let you know.
No, Nancy, I think you're a YouTube viewer.
YouTube viewer, yeah.
You got
the little YouTube icon next to your picture.
So, is there anything like a very peculiar with your area? You guys are like, okay, this I can find here, and that type of item I cannot find here at all.
I like the Wizard of Oz.
Wait, so what was? Is there something we can find here, but not somewhere else?
Yeah, like a very common in your area.
Bluebirds of happiness? I don't
Fairy
know.
lamps?
Fairy lamps.
Did you guys ever see Cardinal of Love?
Yes, I sell it all the time.
Virtue?
I found one the other day. I was very excited about that.
Yeah, but you were in a city closer to them. That's my point. So
yeah, Napoleon, Ohio.
I think there is some areas that you can find more the specific stuff, and then you go to other areas and you cannot.
Right. I could see that. And by the way, there's also a yellow one called I think it's called the canary of something, and it's like a yellow bird. And there's also a green one that's very popular. It's like an emerald green color.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
It's a good one. Good.
Misty, Wizard of Oz.
I'm still here. You just can't see me. You can only hear me.
Wizard of Oz, what's your number one piece of advice for a new reseller?
Consistency.
Buy my book on Amazon. I don't ever talk about that book, darn it.
No, you don't.
I didn't even know you had a book.
See?
Who has a book? Who has a book?
Me. I have a reselling book.
No kidding.
Yes. It's called Online Resale What You Should Know. On Amazon. It's an ebook. Misty, what would you say?
Consistency. And I'm not just saying that like for YouTube, but I'm saying that listing consistently. If you're selling on eBay, list daily. Daily listing, being active in your eBay store. If you're selling in an antique booth, run a sale to every, so often. I used to run a sale every month just to get rid of some, older inventory. Run a sale. You don't have a museum. You have an antique booth. Your whole objective is to sell the stuff so you can then reinvest in your business and buy different things to sell. It just drives me nuts that people don't have a sale. But as far as being a reseller, consistency.
I would say also keep track of your income and your expenses and create a separate bank account so that you can keep track of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I agree. Consistency is like the key to life, by the way. It's like it applies to everything you do. YouTube, even if you post once, you don't post again, you're not going to do very well. But if you come back every day, no matter what's happening, maybe it compounds. So, Daniel, do you have any advice? You're a fairly new reseller, so this should hit home.
Yeah, basically, do it. Don't be afraid to do it.
Yes, Daniel, I love that. Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep thinking, oh, well, I have to wait till this or wait till that, and you have to be careful comparing yourself to other resellers, especially if they're established. Yeah. You're not going to have that audience. You just have to be patient. You have to be out there, study them. That's what I've done. I love going to everybody's live sale but I watch them and I learn what they do and what they don't do, and also know yourself. Like me, I know there's only certain things I can do or I'll just shut down. If I get overwhelmed or whatever, learn who you are, what you can take, what you can do, but ultimately do it. And like the rest of them said, consistency,
Yeah.
be yourself, be yourself. Don't put on a persona, because people will know. People will know. So,
that's good.
I mean, that's that. And here's the thing, me being a new reseller, I have yet to do the tax thing. We're getting ready to. It's my first quarter's coming up. So I'm learning all about that and everything. That scares me. I will be honest, but I know I'll learn and I'll get it down. I have a CPA that I'll be going to. And,
yes, good.
Have you been putting money away for it?
oh yeah, that's what she does.
Good.
She's like,
well, you know, and
you need to.
I've learned though too with paying quarterly taxes to pay a little extra, which is hard. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you're say you have to pay, you know, $1,000, $2,000 every quarter, which is what I'm supposed to be paying. You know, I might pay $3,000 for that quarter. You're just preparing because you don't ever know. I mean, and you can get that refund back at the end of the year, but I'd rather owe a little bit of money instead of a lot of money, because I didn't pay any quarterly taxes last year. So I had to pay quite a bit of taxes. So I think paying quarterly taxes are very important. Oh, Jay Wonders just bought your book.
I see that. Look at that. What did I just make? Like $4? Look at me. I'm going to retire in no time.
Look at you.
That's awesome. I was just thinking of something and I forgot. Darn it.
Dolores, is where there'll ever be too many resellers on YouTube? Well, there's a lot.
Just depends on how many buyers there are.
Well, it just depends on who you want to watch. I mean, that's the thing, though, too. There can be 5,000 resellers on YouTube, and if the viewers just decide who they want to watch.
Mm-hmm. Called survival of the fittest. Mm-hmm. Put it bluntly, I guess. But
well,
if I was going to give a piece of advice to new resellers, I think the most important thing and the biggest breakthroughs we've had in our business is through relationships with other people. So
yeah,
the estate sale breakthroughs we've had is because I went to estate sales and I made a business card and I handed out my business card and I said, on there I said, I do estate sales. And so one of the big time estate sellers said, do you want to do some estate sales? We were like, yeah. So, but then, you know, social media is a very good example of relationships. You know, yes. Like I said, my first live sale, I had one person in there because I went live by myself. And then when we started having more success, I went live with the hen and chick pics on Instagram. And she was the first person who ever went live with us. And she had quite a following. And so that exposed me to some of her following. And we had really great stuff, but we didn't have the connections to connect with the people who wanted it. So, relationship.
Well, and I think that there's a boundary there as far as that goes too, because, you know, you can get people that will constantly they'll ask you, you know, will you do this? Or will you promote me? Or will you do that? And will you do this? And you have to be very, very careful. I keep looking at my camera. I'm looking at my computer now. You have to be very, very careful.
Oh, look at that horrible quality.
Shut up, Jeffrey. I know. You have to be very careful because just speaking from experience, unless you know someone very, very well and you have them on your channel, it can be an issue. Things can happen and things can not turn out so well. So, I mean, you have to be very careful and you have to have boundaries. And that's something that I myself am learning, is to have boundaries, because I don't typically do. It's hard for me to say no, but sometimes you have to say no.
We were surprised you would go live with us.
You know, sometimes you just do it, and sometimes you have to say no. And it was a day where I was like, I can do that, especially when it's not too late, because my husband gets really upset with me if I don't turn work off.
Oh yeah, he does.
My husband does the same thing with me. Can you believe that?
We have a very hard time turning work off.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's like a lot of times we're like, we get up in the morning, have a coffee, then we go.
Oh yeah. I'll be laying in my bed at 2:00 in the morning answering emails or looking at YouTube comments.
Or sometimes the eBay things and you wake up.
What did we sell?
It's hard. It's really hard to turn on. Like I'm getting ready to go on vacation on July 9th and I'm a nervous wreck about it.
Well, that's when eBay doesn't want you to go like on vacation or something.
Neither does YouTube, honestly.
Really?
I mean, you need to be out there every day. I mean, on your consistency. It goes back to that because if you take
if you're going on vacation, you have to make sure that you have the videos scheduled.
But do you think your audience would change if you say, okay, now I'm on vacation and I'm going to record wherever I'm doing here?
I did that. I tried that, but they don't perform as well because they don't hit as many people. I think your core audience would watch, but it's not going to get promoted. And I also think it's terrible for the channel because YouTube will see that and they'll be like, oh, like this video isn't landing like normal ones do. So I think they almost like put you in timeout or something.
Well, your AdSense rate goes down.
Yeah. But I think that's, because I did that and they didn't do very well, but I thought it would be fun and I did it. So
I thought it would be fun too.
Yeah. Your audience doesn't change. Your audience doesn't change. Your algorithm changes. That's very, very true.
Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of views that you get are from what YouTube does. So if YouTube stops pushing your video, you're going to perform terribly. I mean, I might have like a core audience of about 3,000 or so that's going to watch no matter what YouTube does. And then some people need like a little bit more nudging. That also is a subscriber. And then there's a certain amount of people who are just have no idea and they're just clicking and they're watching at the same time. So, yeah.
Yep.
No, I did some fun traveling videos.
And that's why it's so important when we say, comment on our videos, because the more the interaction that you get on your videos, the more people that are commenting on your videos, that are leaving you thumbs up, it helps YouTube push your videos out in the algorithm a little bit more because YouTube is seeing it as being one that's worthy of being promoted because there's a lot of engagement and interaction. So that's why we say, leave random comments or just random.
Okay. I never say that. Misty, you always are like, just say random, put nonsense. I'm like, why?
Because it helps. Some people don't want to go in and type a paragraph. They just want to put like, hi, or leave an emoji, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It helps the algorithm.
But you're always like, oh, just type like nothing. And I'm like, so just like scribbles?
Right.
Why? No, Misty, wrong.
It's a comment. It's interaction.
It's not genuine.
Oh gosh, Jeffrey.
What about the claims? Don't claims help? I imagine it's the same for live chats, but I've seen sometimes when there's a lot of people trying to claim the same thing. Does that boost your video? Or no?
Like if you're on a live sale?
Yeah, like during a sale when you say, okay, type in number 19 if you want to claim it, and you get like 20.
I don't know that the live comments help as much as the comments after the video goes up.
Misty, do you see that gibberish? Would you heart that? Is that what you heart that?
I would.
You are. Something's wrong with you.
Daniel is.
Thank you, North Georgia Flipper.
Daniel, your YouTube channel, Tacky is Me, how do they find it? They just type in Tacky is Me up there?
Tacky is Me. There it is.
Jen Wonders.
There it is.
Jen Wonders is a great friend. Let me tell you.
Yes, she's nice.
Misty, if I got that comment, I would delete it. See?
Nope.
Okay.
The only comments that I will delete is if they are being derogatory towards me or somebody else.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Jeffrey and Misty, then, do you think my lives hurt my channel with not having any videos?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not hurt your channel as like you hurting. I think it's going to hurt as far as the algorithm goes.
Or, I think you might see more growth if you post other types of videos too.
Yes.
Because I mean, that's what I started out doing was edited videos. But
live videos don't.
I got into the lives because I enjoy the interaction with people.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience on like which does better, lives versus, because I never did lives a whole lot. I was always doing pre-recorded ones for like, I don't know, 2 years, almost 3, and then the live sale thing. But so I don't know. I guess Misty knows.
Jeffrey, your live videos don't perform like you don't get as many views on a live video as you do as a pre-recorded video.
Yeah, that's true.
And your comments, people on a live video, people aren't as likely to go back in and leave a comment. And your comments after the fact are the ones that really help push your videos up in the algorithm. So if you're just basing it on the live chat, that doesn't count like that does for the after the fact comments.
Interesting.
But you
know why? Do you think could it be that like you're not putting tags and stuff in?
Oh, I put tags in all my videos.
Even your live ones?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go back in and do it. Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't even monetize my live ones.
I go in after the fact and monetize them.
I forget.
Well, are you writing this down? Write all this down, Jeffrey. You need to revise your book.
I can't wait for you guys to come to my antique store.
A revised edition.
So Jeffrey, is going to be your book revised by Misty.
Oh yes,
but
I expect a dedication in this book.
My book doesn't talk about YouTube though.
Oh, that's true.
It talks about reselling.
That'll be the second volume, right, Jeffrey?
Oh right, yeah. I need to go figure that one out. We sound like siblings. Yeah.
Jeffrey's my little Jeff. No, Daniel, I think that even if you just did one pre-recorded video a week, you don't have to do them daily. You know what? You could do like a deep dive like Patrick does. Yeah.
Oh, well, Tacky doesn't dive very deep. Tacky does Goodwill sheet videos.
You could do like a tour of your place or something.
I did that. I did a Goodwill sheet video and it basically showed the house.
Okay.
Or just
that was the behind the scenes one, right?
Huh?
Was that the behind the scenes one? You did like a tacky mess or something.
Oh no, that was this room.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy have mercy. You guys have doors. I have a room.
The haul videos don't do like a dedicated haul video does not do well for me either. That's why I've added them to the end of a shop with me video. The shop with me videos are the ones that perform the best.
Well, Joey Graceffa doesn't need to post videos every day. He's cultivated his audience to where he knows. I don't know. It's not the same, I guess.
I don't even know.
A lot of the super large YouTubers aren't posting every day anymore.
No. Is he a reseller or what is his?
Oh no, he's just a vlogger.
That is one thing that I know. So in terms of audience, so if you guys don't know, right? I'm from Brazil, and in Brazil, it's super easy to have 1 million followers in YouTube. It's
1 billion?
1 million.
Oh, 1 million.
Really?
It's very easy. It's really, really easy. It's I have so many people that I know that do that and have that. Here, there is something that I did not went through that I can discover what it is, But the social media for us in Brazil, it's super popular. Everybody loves, and you can become a very well known on YouTube. Super.
I wouldn't have guessed Brazil. I would have thought India, but Brazil.
I think in Brazil, a lot of people are highly, highly interested in social media.
Yeah.
And I just have this theory in my head. It's looked at as a pathway to success, and it's like a dream that they have. And Allie, very, very interested in social media. for me, I just had no idea what it was about. Yeah. I thought it was like memes and stuff. I thought it was all these memes on Instagram. I never really got it until I started doing it.
I still don't get Instagram. I can do the posts, and I sort of got the stories now a little bit. The rest of it, I have no idea.
How does do you guys know how does the monetization with Instagram, like, is that?
Misty knows, right?
Well, I'm monetized on Instagram, and I think it's after you reach 10,000 followers, then YouTube or then Instagram will send you an invitation. And basically I can also add, I can tag, for the undo stuff that I love, I could say, if I had like an affiliate link or something for undo, I can tag them, and then it's like having an affiliate link. People can go directly to them. I can share the link and that. But as far as the monetization, it's when you go live and people can buy sort of like super stickers or super chats. It's basically what it is.
Badges.
And it's when you go live, but I think it's after you reach 10,000 followers. And that's why I was going live after my YouTube sales for a sale after the sale, just because I was really trying to grow my Instagram following, and it helped. It definitely helped.
Mm-hmm. Not me. I'm still around like 7,500, I think. Because I just leave it there and I forget about it. Ugh.
So I just my Instagram, if you go there, it's all in Portuguese. I focus and talk with people back in my country. And I did something last week. I just increased 2,000 followers.
Wow.
So I said, you know what, I'm going to stop right here because I better focus on the business. So
can you do some of that on Instagram?
I don't know.
I need to find a friend in Brazil.
Well, would people in Brazil watch reselling content though?
Well, they want to know mostly about their life,
So they like dogs.
It's different culture there, what you eat there, how are things here, so it's what they are interested, or how did you enter school there, this kind of a thing. But reselling, in terms of reselling in Brazil now, it's getting way better.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Are there any resellers that are from Europe, from like England, besides
Dolores?
Yeah.
Well, she's living in England. She's not from.
Are there like any real Brits that are doing this?
They do Instagram. Dolores was telling me they're all about Instagram because they don't like to put themselves forward.
Oh.
So they sell a lot on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Jay Wonders is my follower, my Instagram.
Funny.
It is. It's very funny. But
I want to say one thing, and I don't know, I like to open my big mouth, but for the smaller resellers or the newer resellers, all these numbers that you hear Jeffrey and Misty and all that stuff, I have 640 followers on YouTube now, and that tickles my little tacky heart. That is a number I never thought I would see. So you also, not that you don't want your numbers to grow, I really do. But you need to focus on the moment and be happy where you're at. Yes. And not, because I could sit here and think, why am I here amongst these people? Because my numbers are nothing like theirs. Because I'm happy to be here, and
yeah, but
it's not about numbers.
Well, that's what, Daniel, you already know how I feel about that. We've had these conversations. I don't like the comparison of big channel, little channel, because your growth can happen as fast as anything, and you can get a lot of followers overnight sometimes, and it's amazing, and it really is. But golly, I mean, I remember the struggle to get the 1,000 subscribers, and oh my gosh, I didn't think it was ever going to happen. And it is, every little milestone is so exciting. I don't, and then you get that 1,000, and then you're like, okay, what's your next goal? And then maybe it'll be 1,500, and then you hit that, and you're like, oh wait, and then you make another goal. But
and then all of a sudden you're Jocelyn. You're like, my next goal is 250,000.
Well, but she still has those goals, and I think that's good. Yeah. I think it's good to always have that goal for the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're at 651 now, Daniel.
Woohoo!
The thing that's so lovely though is that Daniel is such a real and genuine and true person, and that's my draw on. I mean, he just makes me happy, and he's just as sweet as he can be.
Well, so are you, Misty. Now, come on.
Well, I try.
She's sweet and sour. You're like a Chinese restaurant.
Well, yeah, I'm not about the numbers, I just think about social media, like how interested is in the culture. So here it's one culture in the social media, and out there is another one. And I think I learn more out there because I have more people that I can talk about this than here, So I am always interested in
Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. So know about what people are thinking, what they are doing.
The instructional videos, Scott, everyone, and Jeffrey and I have talked about this before. People want you to do a shipping. Like I get so many people that want, Misty, I wish you'd do a shipping video, and then I do a shipping video and it tanks. And I've spent all this time editing and doing, and because I can ship like nobody's business. Like, I can get in the zone. I'm like, blah, 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 but then when you have to film it, it slows you down because you're stopping and you're explaining everything. And so it takes so much time to film those videos.
They take forever to edit.
Yes, they do, because it's stop and start, stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. And then you have to cut out all the cussing that you've done because your camera angle's wrong, And so, but then they don't do very well. And so it's kind of I don't know.
Our top video is a shipping video.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Allie made a shipping video about how to pack a set of china. So
maybe you that title alone, because a lot of people are very, very curious about that. So your titles are everything. My titles are not good.
Wow.
Lena says do a live shipping.
That's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on doing that soon. It's in my brain. Yeah.
That's fun.
I feel like that would be really it would take forever because you'd get distracted with every little thing from people.
I've also talked about doing the memberships, and I don't know because I don't know if I want to do it. I talked about doing a membership where people will pay $1.99 a month and they get to attend one members only live sale a month, just one. So I would have one extra, and then another $2.99 they would get the members only sale in addition to all my other sales that I don't have a membership thing. It would be an additional. And then I will go live for an hour each Thursday for 1 hour and do a live shipping.
Do you have time for all this?
No, not really. But it's something I'm considering. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not.
I don't have time for it, but I'm considering it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So Jeffrey, do you just do one live per week?
A live sale?
Yeah, one live sale per week.
Yeah, I'd like to do one more actually, but I don't know when to do it because everything's clobbered up, and I feel like I'm stepping on, as much as we like to say, oh, you whenever you want to do it, you can do it. It's not that simple because I don't want to be trampling on somebody else who doesn't have a large channel to begin with.
And that's what would happen, unfortunately.
Right. So I'm trying to be cognizant of that. And I'm like, I don't know when I could have one.
Well, if you ever want to join our live, that's fine with us.
When do you go live?
Usually Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Yeah, this is a substitute for our live because we get so slammed,
There you go, Jeffrey.
We'll see. See, that's another night sale. I would rather do it in the morning. So.
Oh, Tacky is me. You're a morning seller, right, Daniel?
Only on Sundays.
Oh,
The other morning.
Sunday is my shipping day, though.
The other mornings, I'm just flapping my jaws.
Flapping my jaws. Dolores Cowley, yes, I do. That's why I'm not wanting to do it necessarily.
I don't think you should do it. I almost called you Barb.
Well, memberships. See, I think the membership thing, the way I think of it is for, how, for me, I am totally, like, my main goal is to grow my channel. So for me, I would pay for that. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about specifically, she wants to have another vintage live sale, but only for people that pay to watch it.
The extra one.
Well, you could sell stuff cheaper then, and it's almost like hitting the lottery if stuff goes cheaper then.
Yeah, and I think I would do more themed ones too, like an ephemera sale, a linen sale, I don't know, Halloween sale, a Christmas sale.
It sounds messy to me, but who do you?
Yeah, I don't need one more thing, honestly.
Like, why not just have another sale? Well,
I'm having
open to anyone.
I'm having 3 live sales a week.
But Misty, okay, so you're going to have one that's for just members. What's the difference?
Once a month.
Then have once a month for anybody more.
But then I can also make $1.99.
You're going to make.
Honestly, that's not true because YouTube takes 30%.
Yeah, exactly.
So someone's paying $1.99.
And you're going to have less people willing to pay that to begin with. And you'll have less exposure to those items and they might go for less. So
not to be a devil's advocate, but what if you lose some of your regular salespeople because they're turned off by not being able to go?
I know. See, there's all kinds of facets to it that I one time I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, I don't know. So
I would.
Have you guys ever?
Jennifer, you have membership. You have
I do. I don't have a members only live sale. And I don't even do anything for the membership. It's just, you get like the stickers and stuff that you can, the emojis. So it's kind of like a fun extra thing for people that want to help support, but I'm not like putting extra time into it because I don't want to make that promise and then stressed out.
So why not do now, just because we are about to hit 2 hours in here, why not do maybe an event once a month with some people, as you want to caught attention more of your audience, or do something different instant to do the membership thing.
What? What kind of an? You said like an event?
Yeah, like an event.
Because
we're
having a pop-up shop in September.
Anyone could come to it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're still waiting on the pop-up shop in Toledo, right? The company picnic.
Oh, I think we need to have a conference. I'm telling you.
Company picnic in Toledo in your annex.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we? Yeah, we need like an antique conference or something.
I think we should totally. I think that's a great idea. Like reseller, or I guess social media antique conference, or not antique, maybe vintage, or social media reseller conference. And Toledo would be a great place to do that because it's like the heartland of America. But I was going to call the conference center the other day. I don't know how many people we'd be able to get to come, but there's a conference center, and I was thinking about how much is it. But I was going to call them, but they weren't open. I left them a message.
We need sponsors. Who could we get? Rollo? Are you watching, Rollo?
Well, we could get maybe local, some of the big corporations in Toledo to sponsor it.
Yeah.
Well, you live in Toledo. You know these people.
Maybe we could hire Dr. Lori to come give values.
Well,
on stage.
Well, there is something in Toledo called the Maumee Valley Antique Show.
No, we've got George. We could have George.
That's what I was ready to say.
Yes,
We've got George.
Okay, now you're talking my heart.
Yes, we got George. We got George. We got George.
I'm really kidding, by the way, with that. But
Dr. Lori?
Just get some gloves for George. It's like the same thing.
We'll give him some black gloves.
Some black.
You know, we just have to act like it's our own TV show. You know, we got to act like it's our own show. George,
what?
George is our big time appraiser, like Dr. Lori. You know, she's on that show. What was it? Was it Skull Island or something?
Oh yes, that they never find
Island.
Anything.
Was it Treasure? No, not. It was something Island. The Cursed Island.
Yes, the Curse of Oak Island.
Yes, and they never find anything.
And I don't want anybody to think I have any beef with Dr. Lori. I really don't. She's just a character. She's just a character. And I really highly value her intelligence. So let me just put that out there.
Yeah. No, there is a couple informations that you really can learn about watching her, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. But I kind of prefer George.
Well, George gives more realistic appraisals.
Yes.
Well, that was the thing about that one show, American Pickers. So I used to watch that show, and I would look online and try to like appraise things and to see like if I would be able to make money at the prices they were paying, and I don't believe I could have. But I thought that was very interesting.
Like you owe them because they're of their audience?
You know, I would have been interested to show if they were buying things like I try to buy things to make money, right? Well, I looked online, some of the things they were buying, and on eBay, the thing would sell for $200 and they'd be buying it for like $240.
Right. So that's just for entertainment. It's not really, I guess, meant to teach you anything. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Couldn't watch it after that.
But
it used to not be staged. Now it's very staged. When they first started doing it, it was a lot more authentic. Jeffrey and I are going to have a TV show one day. Seriously, we are.
She's really manifesting this one. Like, you are putting a lot of thought into this, aren't you?
Listen, the Discovery Channel has called me once. They're going to call me again. I can just feel it.
What did they call you about?
Oh, gosh. Right before COVID hit, I got a call from the Discovery Channel. And at first I thought, okay. And it was a casting scout for the show Baggage Battles. Do you guys remember that show?
No, I didn't see
I don't have TV.
It was like Storage Wars, only they would go to airport unclaimed baggage things. And they would have these auctions and then they would resell the things and all that kind of stuff. So, they called me and I was telling Dad about it. And Dad was like, don't send him any money. Don't send him any money. It's a scam. So then I checked them out and they're a legit casting agency in New York. And they asked me if I'd be interested they're doing a reboot of the show. And they asked me if I might be interested in auditioning for the show because they'd seen my YouTube content. Now, this was before I was even monetized. I wasn't even monetized yet. So it was very exciting because I was like, me? And then, so I went through the first stage and then I made it through the second stage and then COVID hit and then I haven't heard anything else. But according to the casting agent, no news is good news, but it's been over a year. So I'm assuming that it's not going to happen. But anyway, but they were
making their own show.
Huh? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're going to do our own show and it's going to be Jeffrey and I in an RV traveling across the United States and all our little adventures going to all these thrift stores.
I like that.
Just come to our store when you're doing it.
Yes. Absolutely.
And Barb and Mark will be in the normal person. Barb, and I don't know, Aaron may not be in the normal person. He'd probably be in there with us. He'd be in there with us with the weird and the unusual and the odd.
Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. Barb and Mark would be in the normal people RV.
I don't know. Aaron's pretty vanilla, if that's what you're.
Quiet people RV.
Aaron is a quiet person. Yeah, he really is.
He likes clocks.
Oh, that says a lot. I don't know what you meant by that, but.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Allie says we're out of time.
Yes.
Well, yes, we are kind of 4 minutes after.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Limit, but
well, it's not that there is a time limit.
Allie wants to leave more time for later. Well,
oh, that sounds spicy. What are you two doing?
Not sure. Not sure.
Work. But
okay.
if we do organize a conference, would you guys come? Would you come, Daniel?
Sure, if my car make it.
You're organizing what?
A conference.
A conference.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
So Misty will come, Jeffrey will come. Are you guys going to bring Jocelyn?
Sure.
We'll talk
her.
Pull
that string.
George would come.
Michael
would come. Patrick would come. Michelle would come.
Fatbirds.
Fatbirds would come.
I wonder if like Traveling Button and Mid-Mod Marion will come.
Yes, they would.
Probably.
All the way from Colorado.
Jamie would probably fly out for it.
Yeah.
Maybe even Katie will come.
Oh, yes. I want Katie to come.
Well, if you build it, they will come. That's what they say.
I think so. I think it would be a good thing. I really do.
I think so. And plus, if you guys bring antiques, I think, in the Toledo area, we could probably get a lot of like local following too. Like Allie at our last estate sale, she had 20,000 views on our listing. So
wow.
And of course, all the buyers and everybody subscribers can come. That's the whole point.
I think it would be neat to do a hotel where everyone sells out of the room. Like you set up your own little pop-up shop in your hotel room.
You think the police would be called? They'd be like, I don't know. They go in there for like 5 minutes and then they come out. They're kind of hot.
Do you like reserve a whole floor?
Oh, Hope at Soda Pop Resale Shop is in Cleveland, so she's not too far.
Misty, they used to do that for a Fenton convention where the sellers would have their rooms open to sell their glassware. And you would just go room to room and buy the glassware.
Well.
Okay, I guess it's not so weird.
Belinda really loves buying jewelry, so she's a good jewelry buyer.
I'm scared off by jewelry because I don't know a lot about it.
Yes, jewelry is very interesting but the worst thing that can happen is if something's gold and you sell it as not gold. That's kind of the worst thing that can happen, right?
Yeah.
But
Jay Wonder says, as long as there isn't a bowl where you have to leave your keys.
What if it's a vintage bowl?
No swingers. It's not going to be a swingers convention.
Oh, geez. How do we pick a date for this?
Well, you need to call the Toledo Chamber of Commerce and ask them if it's allowed.
I think it would be. We just need to get a conference center. There's a conference center with a hotel. There's a conference center without a hotel. So
you got to sell tickets too.
Well, that would probably help to pay off the,
right,
rental.
Yep. I think so.
You guys are no kidding. He's going to call the conference center tomorrow.
I already called him.
Now, David, get together with Barb because Barb is in charge of planning the whole thing.
You can't forget Barb. She would be so crushed.
Oh, yes. She is on the list to be the
She's a good planner.
All right. I'll let her know after I call that conference center what they say.
Yeah, I feel like we need a committee.
Yeah. I agree.
The board
I can't plan anything, but I will plan on being there. But I'm
not going to be on the committee either.
I'm not good at planning anything.
I'll attend the meetings and tell you what you're doing wrong, though.
Board of directors. I guess that means I get a title, huh?
Yeah, you're the president of the company picnic.
Only if in the end we can produce those. What's the name of the misses?
Oh, T-shirts. We need T-shirts for sure.
Yeah,
the Miss America pageant.
Barb is Jeffrey's caretaker.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could have a queen.
Yes, king and queen of the prom. Oh, no. We need to have a prom.
What?
We need to have a prom.
What is this turning into?
A reseller prom, like a mom prom.
A ball at night. It's like a nighttime ball.
A ball?
Yeah.
No, you can't have any balls, Jeffrey.
Like,
no balls for Jeffrey.
Like a drag queen ball back in the 80s?
You know, you could wear vintage clothing.
Yeah.
We could.
This is getting very creative now.
Anyways.
Well, we've got some planning to do when we're offline, I guess. Well, everyone who's watching, don't forget to subscribe to the channels, especially Daniel at Tacky as Me. Let's give him a little boost if anybody's out there still.
Let's get him to 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000.
If I get to 1,000, if any of you watch Tacky like Sunday morning, which is my Sunday show,
Jamie's going to be on.
Yeah, she's going to be on this Sunday. But Dolores of Miss Damn Jewelry sent me a caftan that is rainbow colored, and I am to wear that when I reach 1,000 subscribers. And she sent me some fake Chanel sunglasses. And so we're going to have a party when I reach 1,000, and I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to wear that caftan for Dolores.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're all about fun over here. And maybe humiliation and a little bit of tacky.
And you might be a little Mrs. Roper-ish, and I love that.
A little.
I love a good caftan. I sleep in caftans, and they're lovely.
She sent it all the way from England for me, so it's got to happen.
Yes.
I told her, okay, we'll do her. So y'all are invited to a party in, 3 or 4 years.
No, it's going to happen sooner than that, Daniel.
It's going to be sooner, Daniel.
When are your next live sales?
Jeffrey's is Friday.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. It's coming up again Friday night at 6:30 Central. Yeah.
Misty just had the one today, right, Misty?
Yep, mine are Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Daniel's a Sunday.
Sundays at 9:30 a.m. sharp Central Standard Time.
And yours, David?
Next Tuesday, I have one scheduled on Instagram we either do it like 6 or 7 Eastern Time, depending on who else is scheduled. And then I do a YouTube sale, usually 6 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming, and it was super fun. And thank you, Misty, Jeffrey, and Daniel for coming and being guests. We were very excited to have you all.
This was fun. Yay.
Thank you for having us.
Super fun.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.